Hi, I'm George the Weather Dad, and it's time to take a look at your upcoming weekend. Unfortunately, those of you in Texas, Oklahoma, Louisiana, Arkansas, New Mexico, it's hot. It's going to stay that way. You might get some relief next week. We'll be talking about that here in just a second. Those of you in the Northeast, it's been chilly and it's going to stay that way. The biggest news will be the Rockies, especially the northern Rockies and the high plains, where there's a strong bit of energy, and it could give you some severe weather not only on your Friday but also on your Saturday, and then that's going to be working its way towards the east. Let's first talk about your Friday. You can see the heat still in this area. Very chilly temperatures across the Rockies and northern Rockies. That's that bit of energy, as I said, is going to bring in a lot of clouds and potentially some severe weather for you. Pretty well normal here in the Midwest, Ohio Valley, which puts temperatures in the 80s. And again, those of you in the Northeast, it's chilly and it's just going to stay that way. Now here on our Saturday, you can see this area of low pressure. It's a biggie, but it's going to take its time moving east, which means on Saturday it looks like there's going to be more severe weather in this area. The heat's still on down in here, but by the time next weekend, it looks like it may be being suppressed, and you might even get some precipitation. You certainly need it in this area. Notice the cool temperatures again in the Rockies, and again, those of you in the Northeast, still chilly. Here on our Sunday, it warms up in the Midwest. We're going to see temperatures a bit above normal, probably closer to 90 degrees ahead of this large area of energy. You can see now these dark colors starting to be pushed down a little bit thanks to that system up there. And again, it may give you some precipitation. And again, very chilly across the Rockies. Now, as far as precipitation is concerned, we're seeing a pretty good area of strong thunderstorms right around St. Louis, heading its way into western Kentucky and Tennessee. That's some heavy rain. We've had a lot of rain over the last several days. Looks like you're going to continue to get some. There's that bit of energy up in the Rockies producing some rather cool weather. And again, not only is it chilly for you in the Northeast, but it's also going to be a little bit on the wet side. Okay, there's that bit of energy again. We could be looking at some severe weather there. Once again, another round of strong thunderstorms for the mid-Mississippi Valley. And down here in Georgia, now Dave, I know you're heading home with your family from vacation in southern Georgia. This is Saturday morning. Looks like you could start off on the wet note. You dry out a little bit. I don't think you're going to run into that cluster. If you get here early enough, you should be okay. But by Sunday, well, that rain does move into the Ohio Valley. You can see the strong thunderstorms off of Minnesota and Wisconsin. That's going to push its way towards the east for next week. And then strong thunderstorms work their way down into the state of Florida. Now let's talk about next week, and we're going to see some very cool temperatures across the northern tier of states. The heat, as you can see here, gets pushed down a little bit. That's good news. Looks like Dallas, you're going to be right on that borderline there, but Houston, San Antonio, Brownsville, you're still going to be very, very hot for next week. And then we're going to start warming up a bit for the Pacific Northwest. Precipitation, pretty wet across this area, and that would coincide with the cooler temperatures as well, but we're going to be drying out there in the Four Corners. Let's take a quick look at the tropics. This is not for this weekend, but the following weekend, and you can see here nothing organized at this point, except you see this area of disturbed weather. The models are trying to develop something there. Now again, this is a week from Saturday and Sunday, and it will continue to move its way towards the west. Well, I'll keep an eye on it for you as it gets a little bit closer to us, but right now it doesn't look all that impressive, but it does bear watching as we work our way a week from this upcoming weekend. So there you have it. Enjoy the weekend. I'll be back on Sunday night with your weekly planner. Until then, I'm George, the Weather Dad.